Hi students, welcome back to today's class. Now we are going to see parameterized queries, how we can apply with the help of the new style. Okay, so string templates we need to send, and then with the percentage formatting, the same method only, but little small modification, that is dot format method. We are going to use it here under the dot format method only. Inside the dot format method only, we are passing the values. Okay, that percentage values are going to be passed here inside this format function only. And before this dot format, we need to give the string template, string model we need to give. And new style of creating SQL query strings involves the use of the dot format function method. Okay, so of the string type, let us first understand this with a normal string. Okay, normal string we will pass it here, and after dot format we will pass the values. Okay, and then we shall apply it on the SQL query strings. The general form for using dot format is template we need to give, that is a query string we need to give here, dot format. Inside the format function we can pass positional arguments also or keyword arguments also. So keyword arguments if we are passing, that is named arguments if we are passing, we can pass it in any order. But positional arguments if we are passing means according to the parameter where we want to place that value, no, that p0, p1, p2, where we want to paste, no. So according to that order we need to pass the positional values. Okay, so first parameter, second parameter, third parameter, according to that this values need to be passed. Okay, first, second, third, like that we need to pass it correctly. Okay, in the positional parameters, based on the position only values are going to be substituted, so that we need to carefully send the values in the correct order. Okay, when we are going for positional arguments inside the format function. But when we are using named arguments or keyword arguments, no, then we can send the values in any order, because that same parameter we can give in the second, that is before the equal to symbol we can assign the parameter what we have used in the template. Okay, so what is meant by template here? Template is a string containing a mixture of one or more format codes. So where that format code is available, that format code we can give here. Okay, in the k0, k1 place, embedded in the constant text. Okay, format codes will be embedded in the, will be joined, attached in the constant text. So the format method uses its arguments, okay, whatever arguments we have passed inside the format method, in order to substitute an appropriate value. That appropriate values are going to be substituted for each format code. So what is the template? Template is a string containing a mixture of one or more format codes along with the string, okay, along with the constant text. Okay, the format method, what it will do, it will be pasting its arguments, substituting its arguments in an appropriate, that is appropriate arguments are going to be substituted for each format code in the template. Okay, so the arguments to the dot format method are two types, that is positional arguments and keyword arguments. The list starts with 0 or more positional arguments, that is pi, starting from p0 to p1, pn, and then followed by 0 or more keyword arguments of the form kivi, where ki is the name and an associated value is vi. So the name is that format code only, that ki value. Okay, and consider following example. In this example, the format code within double quotes, phrase. Okay, phrases we have used. Okay, closing, opening and closing phrase inside 0 we have mentioned, that is the first positional argument. Okay, this format code is going to be replaced by the first positional argument 49, and this phrase inside 1, no, this 1 is going to be replaced by what, second positional argument ogra. Okay, and sorry, ogra. Okay, um, the string ogra. So these are the placeholders or format code. We have said format codes, no, format codes are placeholders. So we have within double quote, that is inside the constant text, we have the one or more format codes. Here how many format codes are available? Two format codes. That is first one is 0. The format codes needs to be enclosed inside the phrases in the new style. Okay, and in the previous thing what we have seen as percentage yes, like that we have used percentage yes, like that we have used, but here we need to use the phrase. Okay, now opening phrase and closing phrase. Inside that, if you want to mention the value you can mention, otherwise no need. Automatically the first phrase inside the first value is going to be copied. This is positional argument. Okay, and second format code inside second value is going to be copied. Okay, so you can see here, this is the entire string which is enclosed within the double quote. This is known as template, and dot we need to give after the double quotes, that is dot format method we have said no. So dot format within parenthesis first positional argument, second positional argument. Okay, so in the place of 0, which is going to be substituted, 49 is going to be substituted. In the place of 1, agra is going to be substituted. So the above string template will yield the following string. So if it is substituted here, this will be the answer for you, okay, after substitution. And now the values are picked from the values tuple B from left to right. That is, the first value of the tuple will be placed in the first placeholder, second value will be placed in the second placeholder, and so on. You may even skip the numbers 0 and 1 here, and you can give like this also. Then automatically this 49 will be placed in the first opening and closing phrase, and ogra will be placed in the second opening and closing phrase. Okay, the same kind of answer only we will be getting for this also, for the same example. Okay, and in the next example, we supply the values using named arguments. We have seen the first example for positional arguments. Now we are going to see keyword arguments or named arguments. Okay, keywords, that is names will be given. So whatever names we have passed inside the in the format code, whatever name formats that we have given, that code can be assigned here. Okay, in the any order. Okay, city Tokyo, city actually second place, but it is given in the first place here because it is not a positional argument, it is named argument, because we have given the name fully here before the equal to symbol. Okay, and then after the equal to symbol we have the value. So if the value is a string, means that should be enclosed within the single quotes separated by comma. After inside the dot format method we need to give. So values v, that is triple v, values are substituted from here. So city value is taken from here and it is substituted here. So the above string template monster and city are named arguments. Named arguments will replace the value of the arguments as per the names, not as per the order. Okay, named arguments, it will be replacing the values as per the names, not as per the order. Positional arguments only based on the position or order it will be changed. Okay, so even though in the values of tuple above, the first value city is equal to Tokyo, it will not replace the first placeholder monster. Okay, rather it will replace the placeholder having its name city. So the string generated will be what? Tokyo, tsunami has eaten the Tokyo, has eaten Tokyo. Like that, the string will get displayed. Okay, after substitution. Based on the above information, so these two are general examples. Now we are going to apply the same thing with the SQL queries. Okay, so st is equal to, for this variable we are going to assign this string. Okay, select start from student where marks greater than, simply opening and closing phrase alone, and section simply within single quotes opening and closing phrase, close the double quotes, and dot format method. And for the first opening and closing phrase we have passed the positional argument as 70, and second uh, phrase we have passed the value as single quotes within single quotes b. Okay, the same answer what we have uh, uh, same thing no can be substituted here, that is marks greater than 70 and section b. Like that it is going to be substituted here, and this we can pass it inside the execute method. Okay, so the above query string st stores the string, that is within double quotes select start from student where marks greater than 70 and section is equal to within single quotes b, and close the double quotes. Okay, so this entire string is going to be passed to where? Execute method. Okay, so and it will yield the same query result as earlier. So earlier how many records we have obtained? 2 records we have got. Now the same manner we can get the answer also here. Okay, and the execute method. Okay, execute method, it will be having the it is used to execute an SQL statement. And fetch one is a cursor method. This method is used for what? Fetches next row as a sequence and returns none when no more data. So here it will fetch all the remaining rows current pointer position onwards. So from the current pointer position it will be returning all the records. And then fetch many. So here fetches the next set of rows as a sequence of sequences. Default is set using a cursor dot array size, returns an empty sequence when no more records to fetch. Okay, it will be returning empty sequence. Here it is returning none. Fetch one will be returning none, and this fetch many, if no more records are available, it will be returning empty sequence. Okay, now we are going to see the last topic here. Like select query what we have used previously in the previous examples. In the same manner, we can use insert queries and update queries also in order to update the values from the Python to the database, and to from the Python to the database we can update the values also, okay, in the table. Since inserts, update, and also SQL commands, you can execute them just the way you have executed select queries earlier. So that is store the query in a string as a simple query, okay, or as parameterized query, like a simple query. In the previous example, we have seen parameterized query, like that we can store the query in a string and execute it using cursor.execute method. Okay, like a string, you just store the simple query or parameterized query, and then just execute inside the execute method. That is the format. But here we need to use another method, that is commit method, because insertion and updation are updating the values in the existing table. So that what we need to do is commit compulsorily we need to use in order to update the new contents. Okay, so that is the method we need to pass it extra here when we are performing insert and update queries. Okay, but one important thing, you must ensure that with insert and update queries which make changes to the database, even for delete also, okay, unlike select. So select just whatever table contents are there, it is extracting and giving to us. But here insert, update, and delete and all, it is going to change the value. Okay, the values, the rows count will get increased or decreased, values will get varied using update command. So that we need to use the commit method. Okay, you must commit your query after executing insert and update queries. Okay, for that connection object dot commit. So connection object dot close we are using after executing all the, after performing all the operations. No, in the same manner here we need to use connection object dot commit. So for this you must run commit method of connection in the end. Okay, so this is done to reflect the change in the database physically. So consider the following examples, assuming the connection has been established with the student table of test database as earlier. The connection object is mycon and the cursor object name is cursor. Okay, so insert simple query, st is equal to, I said like a string we need to create. Okay, so that string no will be having the insert into student to where and all we need to assign the values, that names we are giving here, and the values place we just passed opening phrase and close phrase. First value is a number, so that we are enclosing, we are not enclosing in single quotes, this phrase is not enclosed in single quotes, and comma second value is a string, so that it is enclosed in single quotes. Marks is not a mark is a number, and then grade is also a string only, and then 11 12 like that we can give grade in the Roman letters, so that will be treated as string only. So section is also enclosed in single quotes, and you need to pass the values as per this order using dot format method. So for the first one, okay, so this everything should be given in double quotes. This is called a template. Okay, that is query string dot format, we are passing values here. Okay, and cursor dot execute, this st fully is passed here, and mycon dot commit. So the same manner we have given, like insert into table name, that methods and all is common only, like how in MySQL how we had done, in the same manner in Python also we can execute, but with the parameterized query we are passing the values. Okay, so more than one values we are passing here, so that we need to use this parameterized queries. Okay, and if you want to check the result updations in the table name student, you can use the select query, like select star from table name, like that you can give, and you can check whatever new data you have updated using this insert query example, no, and you can check it with the help of the select query. Okay, then update also, after completing update query you can use the select query, and you can see the changes whatever you have made. Okay, so same a MySQL database command only, here also we are using, along with this format, that is template, that format code, the format method and all we are using extra. Okay, so st is equal to, within double quotes, update table name, set which parameter we want to change the value, and which value we need to change, and where condition. Okay, and condition is based on marks. Okay, marks is given. Okay, so the first phrase we need to give the 77, so we need to set the value as 77 in the marks, wherever 76.8 is available we need to change it as 77. So that is only we are going to make change here, and cursor dot execute of this st is going to be executed, and then mycon dot commit. Okay, because we are doing some changes here, so that we need to call the commit method using the my connection connection database connection object. Okay, so in the same manner you can also run the delete queries, but do not forget to use commit after running the query. Okay, you can refer if you want to know how the delete query is used, you can see the solved problem 10th exercise in your book bag. You can see the delete query and you can execute it in your computer and you can check the result. Okay, so with this, we have come to the end of this chapter. Let us quickly revise that we have learned so far. So far we have learned about the steps. How first we have learned about how we have installed MySQL connector, because with that MySQL.connector library package only, we can able to use the connection connect method, all those other methods, and execute all those methods we can obtain only after using this MySQL.connector, because that only is going to making connectivity between your Python program and the MySQL database. Okay, since 7 steps we have seen, and then simple queries we have executed under the 7 steps, and then we have seen parameterized query, that old style also we have seen and new style also we have seen. In old style, percentage yes we have given within double quotes, and then we have passed after percentage symbol, we have passed the value within as a tuple we have passed. Okay, if you are passing only one single value, you need to pass that value. After that, you should put comma and close the parenthesis. And here, when you are passing as parameterized query in a new style, okay, so the method is first we need to give the template within double quotes. Okay, the entire string with the format codes. Format codes are given within phrases. Okay, so within phrases, single opening and closing phrase you can give as a format code, and close the double quotes, and then dot format method you need to use it for passing the value, substituting the values. So under dot format method we can pass the positional values also, keyword values also. But when you are using keyword arguments, you can say send the values in any order. But when you are using positional arguments, in the same order, that is first position means first value, first position, substitution, you need to give the first value in the correct order. Okay, that is for positional arguments. Next we have seen insert and update queries. Okay, so insert, update, delete queries also in the same way how we have executed select queries, in the same way we can use the insert, update, delete queries also. But one thing we need to remember here is we need to use compulsory commit method, because we are doing some changes in the database contents. Okay, table contents, we are doing some changes. Either extra record is going to be inserted with the help of insert statement, and some values are going to be edited with the changed with the help of the update statement, or some records are going to be removed from the uh, table with the help of the delete query. So that we need to use commit method after executing the query. Okay, so these are the things we have learned in this chapter. So you need to run the commit with the connection object for queries that change the data of the database table, so that changes are reflected in the change of the database. Okay, whatever changes we have made, that should be reflected in the database. For that reason only this commit method is going to be called here. Thank you. With this we will end up this session. Thank you, students.